All right, here we go. This is the start of what I am calling the Obsessed podcast. I think we kind of mutually agreed to be calling it the Obsessed podcast.
Obsessed. Love it.
Obsessed with golf,
That's
obsessed
what
quotation
that's
mark,
us.
dot 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 with golf. That's us. And welcome. This is the first episode. I want to have like some intro, like a music, like one
Yeah.
of those cool intros to a podcast, but we got no money right now. We got no listeners. It's just you and me. So
Well, it's
hopefully,
apropos. I sent you a link on YouTube to the Masters song. What's it
yeah.
called? Yeah. That would have been perfect.
Oh, right. The opening, the
The
like
opening.
piano intro down Magnolia Lane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love
Gives
that.
you chills. Gives me chills.
Oh, definitely, dude. Yeah, so I just you know, our story, how we met, the origin of this podcast, I love talking about golf. I love um talking to people in general about this game. And I did a little research today and I was looking at the overall golf industry worldwide. And for me right now, golf is just blowing up. I just feel like we're entering this whole entire new world and the golf space with social media, with podcasts, with YouTube, with live on TV, with PGA, with Masters, with everything. I just feel like it's exploding. And the worldwide golf industry, I wanted to ask you, quiz you, how much in billions, how many dollars do you think the worldwide golf industry is?
And billions.
In billions, I mean,
In bill.
obvious,
Yeah,
right?
billions. Okay, so I mean, it's got to be just ungodly amounts. With the live and everything that's going on. I mean, do you actually know the number?
I chat GPT'd it, so
You did? Okay.
I got the answer.
I'm gonna guess and say 600 billion.
Six,
That's
no,
probably a lot.
no,
That's a
that's a
lot.
lot. Yeah. No,
Okay, so
it's
100 billion?
yeah, it's forecast to be 100 billion by
Jesus.
2030.
I went
And
way
and in no,
okay.
like in 2023, I think ChatGPT said it was like 88 million. So 88 billion, sorry. I mean, that's an insane number. And I mean, there's just so much money in golf. I'm just thinking like, how can we get a little piece of that action?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
Uh,
I know. That's
I
so
mean,
true.
yeah, even regardless of all of that, dude, it's not even about that. I mean, it's not about the money. Everybody says it's not about the money. I mean, in some ways it is about the money. I don't know why we're starting here, um, but like it's not even about that, dude. It's about the love of the game. It's about like being out there with your friends, being out there by yourself, solo, freshly cut grass, dew on the grass in the morning, sun rising, sun setting, early round, late round, you know.
It's true. We can go into that in this podcast. There's so many things that come up, like you're on the course and you tell yourself to just breathe and just soak everything in that's around you, that you have those moments. There's so many different things we could talk about,
Oh yeah, I
that
mean,
that gets us going, you know.
not all in the first episode though.
No, 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 no. Yeah. But it all it
Yeah.
all boils all comes back to being obsessed
Yeah. Oh, it's
with the game.
definitely come back to being obsessed. I mean, I right now just outlining like, first 10 episodes. If we get to 10 episodes, I would be super happy,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
anything beyond that would be gravy. But I don't know. Like you listen to podcasts, you're a podcaster guy.
Really, I've been not so much. I mean, I do listen to a few, but I'm kind of getting addicted or obsessed with PGA radio.
Oh,
Um, I always I always have it on, streaming it through my car, listening to 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 Colt and Sleaze at 12 o'clock at lunchtime on PGA radio. I love those guys. They're so funny. So I'm just kind of obsessed with that. It's kind of easy for me to listen to. So
yeah. No, but those guys got their whole own podcast, dude.
yeah, I know. They
And you
do
got
they do well, it's funny. I mean, I started listening to Max Homa and and what's his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but you know what I'm talking about? They started a podcast. That was the first one I started listening to, actually.
Yeah.
And then Colt and Sleaze started listening to them, and then they got on PJ Radio.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of where it all started. But
And you got the Tesla, so you just
it's
open up
easy.
that Spotify and it's all right there.
It's all right there.
And
It's so easy.
pretty soon, Obsessed will be
Let's
right there too,
let's
right?
hope. Let's hope.
All those Tesla drivers got the Obsessed at their fingertips. They can just right there and punch it in, and
Why
it'll
not?
it'll be you and me, right?
Why not, man? I mean, we're
Yeah.
funny. We're cool. We're good guys. We're
Hey,
cool.
dude.
We're handsome.
I mean, we're approaching that age, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We're definitely not. I mean, we can get into a little background on the two of us because, right, this is the first episode. So,
We should.
yeah, I
Once you
mean,
once you kick once you kick it off.
yeah, it's in the outline that I wrote up. I'm like
Yeah.
content producer, right?
Uh,
What are we now? We're we're content creators now.
Content creator.
We're like 10 minutes into this and we're content creating, right? Fuck. I mean, I would
does,
love to
does
have.
that mean we could play in that tournament? I hope so.
We got to up our game a little bit, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's true. We do.
we'll see. We'll see. Let's get to scratch, and then we can maybe like throw our name in the hat. But I mean, let's throw it. I mean, I don't know how far do I throw it all the way back? I like the first time ever. Maybe I was introduced to golf. I don't remember the first time ever, but I remember being probably, I mean, 10 years old. Sometime after like the age of 10. My my grandfather was from Spain. My step grandfather, he he uh he was from Spain. He looked like Maria Olazabal, right? He had
Right.
like this like Spanish look to him. And
Yeah.
he talked Spanish and he was like a Spaniard sports lover, like a sportsman. He loved all sports, but he especially loved golf. His name was Jose Maria, and he introduced kind of the whole family to the game of golf. And he bought me my first set of clubs. I've been thinking about this first set of clubs now, like forever. And it was these Wilson irons that were just terrible. Like
Yeah.
blades. I mean, let's give a 10-year-old kid who doesn't know how to swing a golf club some Wilson blades, right? That were just impossible to hit. And you hit the ball and it just like hurt. It was just like it was like a metal stick in your hand and you could just feel the vibration like hurting your
You're
hand.
literally starting out with the hardest irons to hit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Blades.
yeah. They were impossible, but I loved the putting. Putting was so cool. I thought that was I mean, I immediately fell in love with that aspect of the game. And then we lived in New Jersey on 5 acres and there was like trees everywhere and it was a lonely period of my life. It was sad. I was like lonely kid with no friends because I was like living out in the sticks and there were no neighbors anywhere and it was no neighborhood. The neighborhood was gone.
So
So
you'd make up holes and hit to? Is that
yeah,
what
yeah,
basically?
yeah. I had like 18
Wow.
holes, like pitch. I had this like little pitch course around my house when there was no snow on the ground. Maybe it was around Masters time, I guess.
Wow. Yeah.
After all the snow melted, I would go outside and like pitch to these different trees because the base of the tree had mulch around it. So that
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
my little hole. I had to like pitch it into the mulch and then maybe hit the tree and then I would like go on to the next one.
I literally have a funny story about that. Remind me
Yeah,
about a ball about that playing golf in your yard. But
nice.
I'll bring it up in my story.
Yeah, so then dude, it was so hard. I mean, maybe once or twice a summer I would go play like a par 62 course, but never really got into hitting balls regularly or going to a driving range. We never went to a driving range. I remember we had this athletic with soccer field in our backyard and we used to like hit
Mhm.
balls out there. But like
Yeah.
you would have to shag balls like back in the day, right? You would
Yeah,
shag a bag of balls and then you have to go pick them up. And
yeah,
you know,
brutal.
as like a 12, 13, 14-year-old kid, that was no fun, right?
Not at all.
So then my brother, he did caddy in high school, which I was a skinny young kid. I probably weighed like 130 pounds. And, the idea of carrying like these giant golf clubs just scared the shit out of me. These giant bags, and you had to carry like two bags at a time. And I never even looked into it. And I just thought,
Yeah,
well, I can't do that because that's going to kill me. And so I never got into it that. And I mean, it's like, dude, this course in New Jersey is like it's always in the top 100 list of courses, like top 50 courses. Somerset
okay.
Hills, New Jersey. It's A.W. Tillinghast course. It's just like ridiculous.
Oh,
It's on my bucket list to play, but I got to get an invite to get out there because it's you just can't walk on. It's one
get
of
us an invite.
so fast forward to like 15 years ago, probably 35, married, had my first kid, my only kid, and Miami Shores Country Club. I'm gonna rep here, Miami Shores Country Club, right?
Oh yeah, there you
MSCC,
go.
rocking that. It yeah, I started playing there. They had the range, and my buddy Seth, Seth.
Yep.
He's a
Seth, love Seth.
Seth Strickland, the
Yeah, the tour.
GSCAA legend.
Yeah,
So
Grit Tour legend too.
yeah, yeah, Grand Tour legend. Yeah. He's I met him there about around that time, and I knew he was a golfer working there, so started playing, and the rest is history. I'll get into the rest of that, but that's like how I got into the game, and then obviously from there there's a whole progression.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's a pretty good background as to how like I got grabbed by the game. I mean, at first it's slow, right? The obsession doesn't start right away. It takes a little while to like
oh
seep
yeah,
there and get going. So yeah,
yeah.
tell me about how you found
Well, so my background is I was an athlete. I was always an athlete. So in high school I played football. I played soccer. I think you played a lot of soccer too, didn't you? You had more of an obsession with soccer early on.
yeah.
And so I mean I played in high school I played football, but tennis really kind of took my obsession when I was younger. So I was like top 20 in the state in tennis. Got a full ride to University of North Alabama and played 2 years of Division II tennis there. And so I rarely play golf, like every once in a while, like here and there, with my friends. And then and then and then even when I was growing up, I actually grew up on a golf course, Mayfair Country Club. It was a Donald Ross course, and I always told everybody it was a Donald Ross course. And I actually just found out recently, this year actually, that he only designed like three holes,
Oh,
and he never put it on his list of courses. But he used to always use his name, so that was kind of interesting. Um, so after that, recently in the last 3 years or four, no, it's been longer. It's been about 5 years since I've really have gotten obsessed and started playing just every ounce of time I have. Um, and so that's, I mean, other than that, it's just, um, it started with my friends. Really, the interesting story is, you kind of start out playing a lot of golf with your friends, and that's where you kind of start to get the itch. And some of my friends were not really interested in getting really serious about it, and I can kind of tell because they really just wanted to just go out and have fun and have a few cocktails and kind of let loose. And I just wasn't really interested in doing that. I wanted to kind of improve my game.
mm,
So I kind of started to try to look for other outsources or other people that were a little more serious than me. I mean, that were serious as me. And then I started to create a new group of friends that that wanted to play golf, that really wanted to play golf and get better. So, and that happened probably about 3 years ago. So, and here I am today.
wow.
So,
I thought you were like more of a long time golfer than just 5 years.
no, dude, it's only been about 5 years, man. It's been
Dude,
crazy.
like
Yeah.
that's awesome because you got a good game. I've seen you play, and in 5 years, that's good. I mean, it's taken me like 15 years, but I mean, I guess
Yeah,
my game did, improve in the first 5 years or so, but yeah, but
yeah.
like it's so hard. I mean, in the beginning, it's
Well, it's hard too. It's like,
frustrating.
the other part of that story with me is that, I had kids and the kids were young and now they're older. So they're on their own basically now. And so now I think, and that happened really about 5 years ago. And that's kind of what freed up a lot of time for me too. It's given me, I have been competitive, and I'm sure there's a lot of golfers out there too that are that way, that they're looking for something to be competitive. And that kind of filled that void for me too, golf has.
Oh yeah,
So
it filled the competitive aspect of.
ab- absolutely. And I keep in my head or in my mind, I'm always telling myself that this is definitely something I can do, until I can't walk anymore. So,
Yeah, but like who? Let me ask you, because who are you competing against though? You competing against,
well,
you like competing against like other people? Like is that what gets you going?
Well, no, it's in the last couple of years, the friends I've met that have started playing a lot of these quota games and quota groups, leagues that are handicap leagues. So that started to be very competitive,
Hmm.
and then when you start winning some money, you want to win more money. It's
You,
like last week,
you
last weekend,
always you always winning money, dude.
like last weekend, I got one skin, and I was 4 points over quota, and I got close to the pin. I walked away with 180 bucks.
That's pretty
So
good. Yeah.
so that you kind of start getting addicted to that too, in a way, and wanting to improve. That's
Yeah.
why you're at the range trying to improve so you can make some money on the weekend.
Yeah, right. Your 2 hour range session before the podcast today was
Yeah, after work,
were
after
you
work,
were you striping it?
I was working on the flop shot a lot, but I did hit a bucket. I hit
Wait,
one
wait,
bucket.
wait. 2 hours worth of flop shotting?
Well, I probably hit about 200 flop shots. Yeah, I really did.
You seriously spent 2 hours hitting
No, no,
flop
no.
shots, dude.
Well, it's literally,
Like you hit a whole bucket of flop shots.
no,
Dude,
no,
that's
no.
a waste. That's a waste of money, bro. That's a waste,
No,
like a whole freaking
no,
bucket.
bro. I have a shag bag, man. It's all about the shag bag.
Oh, you flopped them and then you shagged them and then you went and like hit them
Oh
for
yeah,
real? Oh,
yes.
so you got like
Repeat
you got like double your money then.
shagging. Well, no, no. So I got a bucket. I hit a bucket, and then I have a shag bag that I used, and I repeated that shag bag about 5 times, six
With
times, and
you
then
mean
then I,
you were flopping the shag bag?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
And
But
then
you
I
hit the
put.
buck, but the bucket you actually hit
Yeah, I
out
did.
to the
Yes,
range.
yes, yes.
What were you hitting? What were you hitting with the bucket?
I always, I never hit my drive. I hit it every once in a while, my driver. So I'm always hitting my irons, working on my irons and my hybrids
Yeah.
every single time. Really, I don't know why. I just don't feel I need to. I don't know my. I don't know why I don't hit my driver. It's so weird. We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
I just,
We do.
I don't feel like I need it. I need to,
Uh,
but
oh my God, dude.
but I like to
I
putt.
think,
So every
yeah,
session I putt for at least 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes
yeah.
every single time. I
I
love
think
putting.
I think we're getting off topic here. I don't know. The outline
I
kind
know.
of went to shit. We
So
we got into your range session, and now we're like all talking about hitting balls and shit. I mean, I
I know.
wanted I wanted it. My clubs, by the way, right here. Those are my babies right there.
Love it, babies.
Um, I wanted to hit balls today. And then I forgot and then I went out for work. I left my bag at home and I totally forgot, but luckily it was raining all day here today, so it was not a range day today, but tomorrow.
Yeah, it was raining here this morning, and then it must have moved south.
Yeah. All
So
right. Let's you know, I mean I think this is cool because we'll kind of wrap this up, but let's
yeah,
talk about how we met because that was a pretty cool story.
yeah, that was yeah,
We we didn't even know each other till a couple of years ago, right?
yeah. You tell your version, I'll tell mine.
Um, hold on. Was that like 2023?
Um, let's see, at least
it was after it was post COVID because we haven't known each other. We haven't known each other,
Yeah,
we didn't know each other before COVID.
yeah. I want to say at least 2 years ago, right? 3 years ago,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
I think I have in one of my stories. I'm checking my Instagram right now. I did do a stream song thing here. I think that was when we met. 2021. Could it be
21?
2021?
Are you serious?
Hold on, let me see if there's a picture of us.
Going
Uh yeah, I think it was 2021, dude. Yeah, 2021.
time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, bro. Here's a picture of us with Jose de Armas, right? He's
Oh yeah,
he's the man
he is the
at the
man.
Grant. Shout out to the Grant, right? The
Yeah,
Grant app. I mean, come on, talk about that guy's killing it, right?
he's killing it. He's killing it.
I love it. I mean, I
They
support him.
have
He's doing a great job for golf, and well,
they have the best tournaments.
we could
Yeah,
talk
the
about the Grant on a whole nother level. But I mean,
yeah,
basically, the Grant event is how we met. We met at Stream Song.
yeah.
Let's say 2021. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's been 4 years.
Mm-mm.
It feels more like 2 years because it's like just like this budding bromance, I think we have, you know.
Yeah,
I gotta say, we paired up the first day, right? It wasn't the first day we paired up. No,
yeah.
or was it the second day?
Yo, it was the second day because you're in front of me. Yeah, you were in front of me the first day,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah. And then the second day we paired up and we
Wait,
didn't
hold on.
yeah, we like
One day I went low. You weren't with me when I went low, were you?
I mean I know you played pretty well that day.
Yeah,
And I would say we shook hands and we said hi on the first tee,
yeah,
but it was not like we didn't really get to know each other because I think we were both very focused on trying to compete that day.
yeah. Okay.
And I remember I just remember getting to like the sixth hole and I mean I remember on the first hole and I'll never forget this. Do you know
I
what
know
I'm
what you're gonna.
talking about? You know what I'm talking
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're gonna say.
you were playing that red ball.
Yeah,
You were playing that
I
red
was.
ball, and I saw you with the red ball on the first tee. I'm like, this guy's gotta suck. I mean, no real player plays with a
Plays.
fucking red ball. I'm like, this guy's gotta suck. I'm like, I'm gonna whip this guy's ass today. He's breaking out of this red ball. It's ridiculous. And then by like the sixth hole, I think I started out pretty shitty. And you were like just down the middle. You were hitting it crisp. You were hitting it pure. I'm like, this fucking guy playing a red ball, dude, is ridiculous. He's beat me by like 3 or 4 fucking shots, and we're like on the sixth hole already. And then I'm like, at that point, I kind of like I would like I would be so focused, and then it just I would like hit the wall because if my game
Yeah,
was bad, I would hit
yeah,
the wall, I get so frustrated, and then I would just like go into like chill mode, like regular mode, like Miguel mode. Like I would just relax. I would start talking. And I started talking to you, and and it turns out we had a lot in common. And then yeah, I mean, from there we stayed in touch, golf buddies now. So, and we're doing a
yeah.
podcast, but
Absolutely.
yeah,
Then we went back out to Stream Song and played in another Grand tournament
yeah,
together.
yeah, we
Yeah,
played the Grant, yeah. But what
yeah.
do you remember about that first day?
On the which one? The first day.
The first tournament that we met.
Oh, with me and you.
Yeah.
The first so the first time at Stream Song, it was I remember. I guess we weren't. You were in front of me or something, right? You were in front of me or something like that. But I saw you. I loved your outfit, man. You had the white on. You had the colorful shoes, the Nikes, and I was like, okay, this guy. I like the way this guy. I'm all about. I love fashion. I love the
Yeah.
look, and so I was like, okay, this guy's cool. I gotta see what's going on here.
Yeah. Oh, look, by the way, I got my little
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Love that. Well, did you
Uh
go, or is that from a going?
Seth got me this actually. I did go
Okay.
1 year, but I got a whole story about that. And
Yeah, yeah.
it is
Okay.
Masters week, so I got a I got the lamest Masters story of all time. But um about fashion, dude. Yeah, I always like to like look good. I like that old saying, it's better to look good than to feel good. And and if you look good, you're
Look
gonna
good,
play good,
you gonna
right?
play good. That's
Yeah.
my saying.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
good, play good.
I might not come out with the best score, but at the end of the day, I'll get best dressed, right?
Yeah,
I, I'm gonna win
absolutely.
something.
Absolutely. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm trying to give you some competition.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Got some swag out there too.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have a little swag, right?
You have to. You have to. Yeah.
I was at Live this weekend and I saw Patrick Reed, dude. Guy was dressed in all black and he had swag, dude. He was like, his pants had like this little like cut seam at the bottom, and he
Yeah.
was wearing these wingtip white shoes, just all in black. But dude, you gotta to wear all black. You kind of like, but he had like some swag to him. I thought was cool.
You think is he somebody who's going to contend at the Masters?
Oh, dude, yeah, he was striping it, dude. Just he was hitting it like the same distance as DJ. Him and DJ were like out there. I mean, I don't know if it
Man.
was like
Yeah.
ripping it, but like, dude, Patrick Reed can get it out there, bro. Like
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, he's got one of the best short games on the planet.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
putting, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, all those guys that live this weekend, Blue Monster, oh my God, bro. It was so hard.
That's one
That
of the hardest
course,
courses to play. Yeah.
dude,
The
that
wind.
course was just ridiculous. And in the wind, it was such a good tournament.
But they
Oh,
were the winner was 6 under, wasn't it? 6 under?
yeah,
What I
Mark
heard.
Leishman.
Mark Leishman. Wow. Yeah, yeah, I saw
And
that.
he
Yeah.
and he's not even in the field this week at the Masters. Like,
Wow.
how much does
Yeah.
that suck, right?
That's yeah. That
Yeah.
does suck.
And the other guy, Burmeister, he won it last year. He should be in there too. He's like a top 50 dude. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to get into all the politics of it all between PGA and Live. It's
Yep.
above our pay grade, dude.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
We're for like the I think I'm gearing this podcast right to back to the obsessed golfer that just loves the game and it's about the love of the game, right? Because we're not all no, none of us, right? How many what's the percentage? There's less than 1%, less than half a percent, less than like a quarter of a percent people actually play like professional golf, right? Or whatever it is.
Hmm. Yeah.
So this podcast, this you and me, we're just amateur golfers that love the game, that striving to get better, right? I know you're grinding at the range, hitting flop shots,
Yes.
working
I can tell you. Yeah. I mean,
working on
seriously.
that flop shot.
Well, you have a family. I have a family. We both have 8 to 5 jobs that even longer hours than that, and we're sneaking in every ounce of hour that we can play. That we can go to the range. I actually get up. I get up in the morning early, 4:30. I'm at the range. I'm at the range when the sun comes up. So,
That's
you know,
yeah, you are obsessed. I know you.
yeah. But you know
Oh,
what? The funny story about that and how I got there was my buddy Todd was I was telling him that I just can't find time for the range and he just mentioned to me, he's like, bro, why don't you just go in the morning? Like I was going after work. And then
yeah.
it just made so much sense to me because I get up so early. So it's and I love it. It's meditation to me sometimes, all the
Oh
time in the
yeah.
morning. So it's like
Yeah.
perfect for me. Whatever works for your schedule, like everybody out there they have to figure out how you have to practice. Like I was playing with Chris Woods this weekend and he was I was down the middle, and he was spraying some stuff and hitting some bad chips. He's like, he just couldn't understand why he's not doing it. But the dude doesn't practice.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, you got to practice. It's just like any other sport. If you want to
I
be any
mean,
good at it,
if
you
we
know,
can help any golfers out there, the message is the only way to get better is to practice.
that's
And if
it.
and if you look, if you don't want to get better, that's fine, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
but like you have to check yourself when you go to play a round of golf, and you got to say you can't. It's almost like don't get upset with yourself if you're hitting bad shots, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like and don't expect to have a good score and don't get pissed off because you're not going to get better playing once a week, right?
No, no, no. I mean, a lot of people have that feeling too of like, I'm an athlete, I can figure it out, or I can get through this, but which they could when they're younger. But it's just like we said, like you're saying, and what I'm saying is that it takes practice, like anything else,
Yeah.
anything. So,
Yeah.
um,
And there's so
everybody,
many different parts of the game too, right? So,
that's the crazy part about it. I mean, how many parts are there? There's so many.
yeah.
There's so many things you gotta figure out. Like I'm just now getting kind of a feel, and it's like we're at the range and you kind of feel something, and it's just so subtle, and you're just like, why is this just now coming to me? Like this feel, like just with flop shots or flop shot feel, or your wrists there are in the right location. Just little things. Just
Yeah.
it takes so long. It takes so many balls. You got to hit so many balls to get that feel, those
Mhm.
feels down.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. This game is fucking tough. Sorry, excuse my French,
Yeah.
but it is tough.
Oh God. Yeah. It's I mean,
Mentally
oh
and
great, but when you're
physically.
talking about the feels,
Yeah,
there is it's funny, but the thing about you said about going early in the morning, I did that one time
yeah.
and I was at like the range at like, well, I don't know, the golf course just open and I'm the only one there at the range and I see Seth and he's like, "You're grinding today, you're grinding." And I'm like, "Man, I'm grinding, you know?" And but
Yeah,
like just grinding one time early in the morning, I was obsessed. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta like work this out.
yeah.
Uh, but I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say if that got me any better, or if that got me to where I am today. But there is, yeah. I mean, we'll get into my game and whatnot at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm in like such a good. I keep saying I'm in such a good place. I'm finally shooting like numbers that I feel like I should be shooting. Sub 80. Like, I have a one of my topics here I wrote down in our outline is what's your index?
Hmm.
That's going to be maybe like a topic we talk about because I was
Okay.
playing it's funny because when I was in Mexico, I went to Mexico and I played Mayakoba and was
Yeah.
down there meeting some other golfers and a couple
Awesome.
people asked me like what's your index? And I just thought it'd be a cool topic and my index right now is like 5.2
Hmm.
and at that level I have to be shooting like sub 80 scores, right? Because
Yeah.
if I'm shooting something over 80, something went wrong. I've
Hmm.
I've screwed up. But I was going to ask you, with the thing that has gotten me to that point is practicing, getting a feel, getting a swing that is repeatable, kind of eliminating my big mistake, which I think not everybody's, but a lot of amateur mistakes is the over the top move,
Yeah.
right? Time you come over the top, you're not going to make good contact. At least I was never making good contact over the top. It's still, I might have I had one swing on Sunday. It was over the top,
Yeah.
and it was the worst shot I hit all day.
Yeah.
But eliminating that move and then getting like a repeatable swing, but also a repeatable ball flight
Hmm.
has really helped me. And I wanted to ask you if you have because now with my repeatable ball flight, like the left side of the course, especially off the tee, I know it's kind of like I'm not my ball's not gonna go left. So I
Hmm.
can aim like left side, and even if I really slice it all the way over, it might get to the right side. But a lot of times it'll like get just far enough right where I'm still like just on the edge where I still have a shot.
Hmm.
And then maybe it goes so far right that I'm like on the other side. So
Are you hitting a draw? Are
no,
you
no,
hitting?
I'm hitting
You're
I'm
cutting
hitting a fade, a cut.
a fade cut? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but it's
Gotcha.
like taking out the left side because I know it
Okay. Right.
a little bit for like approaches or irons. Sometimes my wedges, I might pull it a little bit and it might go left, but
Hmm.
mostly off the tee and starting and hitting other shots, I'm definitely hitting everything left or right with this cut. And sometimes it's like beautiful. Sometimes it starts left, goes left and then it comes back into the right and it's like straight down the middle.
Perfect. Yeah.
Um, but have you noticed anything like that where you've been able to like what is your strategy when you play around a golf? Where are you hitting the ball?
Well, my issue is more about my driving, my putting, and my chipping has always been my bread and butter. It's my iron. It's my iron. It's my compression of my irons. I'm really working on compressing the ball more. So I've gotten it more into the where my wrists are, how my how my wrists are actually cocked or bent in the right direction as it's going back and coming down. So I think my compression on my irons is getting a lot better. So that's where I'm really and what that really kind of equals out to is yardage, is getting the right yardage, what I think should be hitting that iron. So that's what I'm working on, and that's where I think that's where my game has been improving lately. You know, so I mean, driving, I'm pretty much down the middle, but distance might be a little shorter than normal, but I'm okay with that. I just need to get out there 240 or 235, and I'm good. You know,
Mhm.
so but but I don't know when we should talk about this, but I just kind of wanted to kind of briefly talk about that FSGA tournament I was in, and that kind of mishap I had. But going back to what you're saying is if you're having some bad rounds or good round, I mean, I'm feeling like if I have a bad round, I'm in the low 80s, right? If I have and that's good, it's and if I have a good round, I'm 76, 77, 78,
Mhm.
and lower sometimes. But you know, that's kind of where I'm at. So it's good. It's good, right? I mean, if you feel like you have a bad round, you still kind of pull out an 81 or an 80. That's a good spot to be. Really, I think
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
if it's if
What
it's if it's a bad round is what I'm saying.
your index is like a 6.4,
6.2, 6.2
6.2. All right.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. But so around in the 80s, 81 and 82, it doesn't bother you if you
It does bother me. But I feel like for example, I had a round on Friday 79, and then I had a round Saturday of 79, which I felt like I didn't play great, but I still shot 79. But then on Sunday I had a bad round. I shot at 82. So it's like you
yeah.
know it doesn't.
It's only three strokes, but it feels like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I know.
But
I know
but
how
yeah,
that is. Yeah, we can get more into that too, but I think it's good to just kind of scratch the surface on that.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, I have my ideas that I figured out. Like I figured out kind of the difference with me. I mean, it's mental, right? Because you can hit those good shots. I mean, I look at your card sometimes and you got like three or four birdies on there,
yeah.
and it's like, and you're telling me you're hitting like these hybrids 210 to like, almost pulling them out. So like we got the shots in the bag, right?
That happened Sunday. Yeah,
It's just that it's the consistency is what it comes down to. The consistency is the hardest part. But I feel like a lot of the consistency comes down to the mental aspect of I'm really good at analyzing like mentally kind of where I'm at, and then I'm good at analyzing my swing after I hit it. I kind of like am in my head before the swing, and then if I'm in the middle, like my swing prep, I'm thinking, okay, shoulders, wrist, follow through, good contact. Like if I have all these good swing thoughts and then I execute them, the swing is perfect. But then,
hmm
it happens to all of us. We stand over the tee and then we're thinking like, I don't know, is, something like the mind just goes blank or I start thinking like I gotta crush this one or the wind. oh, the wind is really strong and oh, or I hit a bad whatever, there could be like another thought that enters the mind.
You know, the thing that kills me is when you're playing, and I don't know if this happens to you. I just want to ask you real quick, is when you're having a good round and you're coming in at like, one over through 14 or two over through 14, and then you start going ahead of yourself in your round. Like, dude, this could be, if I get a couple more birdies, I'm under par. Like you start mind screwing yourself in a way. Like I do that
Yeah,
all the time.
you do
All I
that.
just gotta quit doing that. Like I need to shut it down. Like and just
Oh,
just and just blow through it. Like just somehow blank out on that. But
yeah. I mean,
uh,
we could talk about the mental game for like hours
oh,
because
I do that
there's
all the time.
that happens. Um, and like that happened to me on Sunday. I was all the way up until 18 and I started off like with five pars in a row on the back. And I was like, I got to I think 16 and I hit the best drive of the day on 16. I smashed it straight into the wind down the middle. I mean, it just pured it right in the center of the driver. I felt the ball compress, just the best feeling, right? That's the best
Yeah,
feeling, right?
yeah, yeah,
Hitting
yeah.
that, hitting a
Absolutely.
good iron. And then I was like 165 into the wind, pin was in the back, and I'm like, and again, I was into the wind, straight into the wind. So I said, all right, I'm gonna have to like really kill this one. And I smashed it. I mean, it was probably the best iron shot I hit all day, but it was so good. I saw it land on the green, but then it bounced like to the back fringe.
Yeah.
And so like all I had to do was really get up and down. But this is another mistake I made is I kind of played the wrong pitch. I have like four wedges in my bag, and so every time I get to the ball, I'm like, okay, what wedge am I gonna hit? What pitch
Oh
am I
man,
gonna hit? Right? That's a whole nother topic is like the decision making process, right?
Jordan Spieth, man, use one wedge.
Yeah, but I'm not Jordan Spieth, bro. I don't know. If I was
Yeah,
Jordan Spieth, I'd be I'd be prepping for the Masters right now. But anyways, all I had to do was get up and down to keep my par streak going, and I'm thinking
hmm
like I'm even par on the back. And then, but I didn't get up and down. The next hole I parred, the next hole I parred. So I'm one over on the back, and then I get to 18, hit a bad drive. And then the second one, I was into the wind, and I thought I had to hammer this hybrid when I really didn't. And anyways, I doubled 18 when like I had a really good score going. It was my only double on the card the whole day. You know,
Oh God,
and it
brutal.
was like I was like thinking double free round, double free round. I'm gonna do
Yep,
it, right?
yep,
And
yep.
I mean, the guys that we're playing with were I hope hopefully they won't listen to this podcast. They won't know who they are. No names will be named, but they were
Yeah,
terrible, right? I mean, some of the guys, I
too
don't know.
bad. Ah,
That's like I don't
just
want to mention
getting
names.
those kernels out of your head. Like how do you do it? I just
Oh
I
yeah.
just don't know. That's one I need a psychologist.
But the good part about it is it's close. It's getting there.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel
Yeah,
like we're
yeah,
almost like on a similar golf journey between you
yeah.
and me because I think you have the talent too, and you could get there too. Like I don't know what your goals are or what, but I mean, when you get to like a single digit, you still want to keep getting lower and lower, and I'm pretty sure you probably want to get lower and lower too. And
Absolutely.
you
I
know,
want to be scratch or plus.
scratch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, plus, plus, you're asking a lot to get to plus, dude.
I know.
Come
I
on, let's
know. I
let's
know.
get
Yeah.
let's get to
Goals,
like
man.
sub three first, okay? I mean, we can
Yeah.
shoot a couple off, right?
I'm down with that.
All right, yeah. Let's go with that.
Well,
I
what do you
mean,
want to do? You want to wrap this up a little bit? Or
I think this is like a pretty good first episode. I do want to get a sponsor for this thing at some point. We got to monetize this, right?
yeah, yeah,
So like, do you
absolutely.
want to make a pitch to any? I see you wearing a Bad Birdie cap there, right?
Yeah. Bad birdie.
Oh,
I tell you what, I've been a Puma guy for like 4 years because I'm one of my favorite golfers is Ricky Fowler, and I just love his energy and what he brings to the course. But I tell you what, Puma's not really impressing me lately with their styles.
Oh,
And
wait, dude, they could
so
be they could be our sponsor.
uh,
You don't want to be
oops, sorry about
bashing.
that, Puma.
Don't
I
be
don't think it,
bashing the sponsors,
I
dude.
don't
We
know.
need no, the first thing is you always plug the sponsor, bro.
All right, cut
Yeah,
that out. Cut that one out.
post edit that. Yeah.
Post edit.
Well,
Well,
like, okay, wait, hold on.
but
Let's just go over quickly. Like, what do you play? You play a tail, what ball you play, what clubs you play. I mean, let's not get into the whole bag, but
okay.
you're
I'm a straight up ping guy.
ping guy.
I'm committed. I'm committed to
All
ping.
right, all
So,
right. Let's get you a
um,
ping sponsorship.
ping sponsor. The ball I'm playing with is a Pro V1. Pro V1.
Pro V1, all right.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like back and forth on the X and the Pro V1, but I'm more on the Pro V1 side.
I would, yeah,
So,
I would tell you to play a Pro V1 over the X. The X1, it's too much compression. Those X balls are for like the guys that have super high speeds.
yeah.
You're even a ping putter. You got the ping putter
Oh,
too?
absolutely. That's
Absolutely.
my weapon.
Okay.
The PLD, mill PLD. I
Oh,
freaking love
PLD.
that.
Nice, nice.
Had it for about almost 2 years now.
All right. Yeah,
So
you drain putts. I know that much about you.
I do
I
like to
am
do that.
I got TaylorMade there. There's a little
Yeah.
TaylorMade, two TaylorMade bags. I got TaylorMade irons, Callaway woods just because they're pretty good. I like the Callaways and
Hmm.
Titleist wedges, so I'm all over the place. I'm doing a scheduled to do a Titleist iron fitting, which I'm stoked about.
Oh, cool.
So
When are you doing that?
doing that in about on the 18th of February of April, excuse
Of
me.
April? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so yeah,
Yeah.
and the whole idea with the fitting to do the fitting was I never really felt confident about how I was hitting my irons, but I just found this move and it's
Hmm.
like changed my whole life.
Yeah.
Whole life, the way I hit the ball and everything. So I'm like hitting such crisp, perfect irons and I feel like it's time to get a fitting and see what happens. But I
I'm
do
the
love
s-
I do love the sticks I have. I have these TaylorMade M6s
yeah.
that have been so good to me.
Did you get fitted for those? You did
No,
get
no, I
no?
just
Me either. So
yeah.
we're amateur. We're so amateurs here. You know, I'm getting something scheduled too. It's just the amount of time it takes and trying to figure out when I can do that. But
And
there's a person at Pelican Country Club where they play the the uh, the Annika tournament. There's a guy there that I'm gonna go. He'll fit me for some pings. So we just got to do it, and it'll be a great to talk about that journey from going from not being fitted to being fitted and how that can help us. You know.
yeah, yeah. And I think
So
I mean, we're single digit players, bro. So a
yeah,
fitting would definitely help us.
absolutely.
I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
about now everybody says like, oh, if you're like a 20 handicap, you should get fitted. But in my mind, I'm like, you're not even hitting the ball consistently enough.
yeah.
Maybe if you're like if you're 6'5",
Hmm.
okay, you need to get fitted because your clubs are not off the rack, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're like a 20 handicap, I don't know how much a fitting's going to help you. But for us, and for anybody that's like obsessed about the game, who's, in like a sub 10 or 10 to 15, yeah, I think it could help. But definitely,
Yeah.
the range might help more than a fitting.
That's true.
Consistent
Are are
range
you are
sessions.
you doing your whole bag, or are you just going to do just
Well, yeah, I mean
irons?
the whole Titleist thing is it's a long. I love the way they do the fitting. To me, they're the best company that does fitting. I mean, I haven't really tried any others, but I've done my research.
Yeah,
And there's just an iron fitting. They do iron fitting, they do wedge fitting, then they do like
dude, that's like 4 hours.
fairway driver. Yeah, like a whole fitting is, takes a long
Yeah,
time.
that's what I
I've
heard. I
I've done them before and you get tired if you're hitting like 100 balls.
that's what a friend told me too. Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, we'll
huh.
see.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's wrap this up. Like, let's talk a little bit about the Masters. Like, who do you think? Who is your? Who is your? Besides Scheffler, okay. Who is your? Who's your pick besides Scheffler? I mean, I guess we could throw Rory in there, but and then give me a sleeper pick.
I mean, I love Rory this week because
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
it's
kind of
just like
I'm on
lining
that
up.
train too.
If you pay attention, I don't know if you've seen, but he's talking about like this. He's playing with a new ball. He's playing with a TaylorMade TP5. That's the one I play with.
Mm,
Shout out to
okay.
TaylorMade. If they want to send me some TP5s, bro, I am ready. I'll give you my
Yeah.
address, everything. Ship me some dozen balls of those because they're for me they're the best ball. I will say
Well,
they
dude,
do.
you just gotta get a hole in one with that ball, and they'll send you some balls.
Oh, really? Oh,
I
all
think
right.
so.
All
I think
right.
so.
I'm gonna I'm gonna try and do that. The thing about them though, they do scuff up really easily. They're
Okay.
not very durable, but that's neither here nor there. I still love to play them. I play my best rounds right here. This is my TP5 Paul Revere.
Ooh, I love that ball.
I got
I
this
love that
one.
ball.
I shot 70 with this ball.
Oh, you did? Look at
Yeah,
you.
that's
70?
why that's why it's here. Yeah,
Is
that's
that
my
is that your low
70.
score? Is that your low score? 70?
Yeah, that's my low score. That's my low
I
score.
got match you
But
then. We
hey,
both 70.
I'm not playing the Masters. Let's get back.
Okay, okay. All
We're
right.
talking about Rory. I love him this week. I mean, he's going to be in the mix. He's got and like the way he played in that last tournament was incredible. I actually won. Oh, the players. Shout out to him winning the players because he won me like 250 bucks in the pool that I
Yeah.
entered. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was awesome. I mean, there's so many good players, but I think my dark horse this week, I'm gonna call out Lucas Glover. 'Cause,
Lucas Glover.
dude,
Wow. Wow.
since he went to that putter, it like changed
Yeah.
his life, and he's been money. I mean, he was in the mix.
Yeah.
He was in the mix at the Players, I think, until the last day, and then uh,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't mind that. I like that pick. I like that pick.
and he's an old school guy, ball striker, and he gets it out
Uh-huh.
there. He's not like he's got no problem getting it out there. I mean, just the field is loaded this week.
Well, I'll tell you, the way I look at it is okay, Rory, there's so much pressure on Rory. They're talking about it like there's so much pressure on him. And you always have faith in him. You think he's going to do it, right? And you want him to do it. I hope he does it. I hope he wins the Masters. I really do. I'm going to be 100% rooting for him. But, I've got a feeling about, and this, you think I'm crazy, but John Rahm, I think he's got a little chip on his shoulder and
Hmm.
he's a little pissed off at everybody still. And so I think this might be his time. And he's playing. Did he play well at Live in
Oh, he
Miami?
was, yeah.
He
He,
almost won it. I heard.
no,
16th
like,
hole, he did something.
yeah, up until 17, I think on the last day, he was in the mix, but they were talking a lot about like the first day and a half, he was like plus something. And
Hmm.
then from like the Saturday to Sunday, whatever it was, he had a streak and he was like 7 under and he was just like on fire and he was
Wow.
tearing up the course. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I would definitely say John Rahm is going to be in the mix. I
I
have a
my
feeling,
yeah
I have a feeling that the live guys are going to do well this year because I went with that theory a couple of years ago when Liv just
hmm
came out and there was that whole animosity with not that there isn't animosity now, but there was that
yeah
whole division between him and them and PGA, and I thought, oh, Liv is going to come out and do something, but they never did. But
yeah
I think this year DJ played really well in Miami. Phil's playing well. Who knows what he's going to do? He had the most ridiculous bad luck shot. I don't know if you saw it at Live, but he was green side and two on a par five, I think it was.
yeah.
He pitched it up. The thing hit the stick, ricocheted off the stick, and went into the water.
Oh my God,
It was,
that's brutal.
and even the announcers were saying it was one of the worst bounces they'd ever seen from the golf
Yeah.
gods. So
Wow.
I think he's gonna do well. DJ's gonna do well. Rom. I think Patrick Reed is gonna be in the mix, dude. He knows
hmm
how to play that course. So
Hmm. Well, I'll
yeah,
tell you what. There's two sleepers I have. I love. Okay, he's not really a sleeper in a way. He's top 10. He's in the top 10. Russell Henley. I think Russell Henley's playing good ball. And then my
yeah,
really
yes.
my guy I love that I actually had a conversation with at Valspar. It was really cool. I should tell you about it. I was on the ropes with him. Michael Kim.
Oh,
Michael Kim. I think he's got some game right now.
oh, really?
So
You had a
yeah,
conversation with him?
I did. He was standing at the rope and he was waiting for some guy to hit. And I said, "Hey man, how you doing?" And he was turning around to me. He goes, "No man, how you doing?" And he actually talked to me. I didn't think he would say anything to me, but he did. Love
Yeah.
that guy. Yeah, he's
Oh
cool.
man.
That's all he
That's
said to me. That's it.
that's cool. Good for him. I picked him to do well in the players and then he friggin' missed the cut. So
Yeah, I
I
think I
was
had him picked.
pissed at him.
I had him picked too. Yeah,
Uh, but one thing about that is at Live, dude, the circus around Bryson, DJ, and Patrick Reed was like insane. Like the crowd was just like following them everywhere. But then if you go off to the side, I mean, I was watching Cam Smith and
yeah,
nobody was watching him. And
really.
I was like,
Wow,
he fist bumped me.
he did.
I cheered him after he made this sick, ridiculous eagle. He gave me a fist bump. I saw him hit like this crazy shot. Those guys, if you go around and you follow some of those no-name guys, you can, like you said, have a conversation with them and stuff. It's pretty,
Yeah, there was nobody around when Michael Kim. Yeah, when
yeah.
I had it. So, but his ball was like right by the rope. But
We could get him. We could get him as a guest on the pod, dude.
yeah, yeah. Remember me? Remember when I say how you doing?
We gotta wait just till the tour comes in town and then just ask whoever and just try and get some people to come on the pod for us.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we gotta work out some of these kinks, but I mean, I
Okay.
don't know. I would say it's a pretty good first episode.
Yeah,
I think we've gone on for a minute here, so um I'm just gonna ask you the final question, I think. Well,
yeah.
what are you obsessed about right now? I think I know what the answer is, but
I'm
yeah.
obsessed with going low. I mean,
Yeah. I thought you were just gonna say the Masters this week because
oh, that too. Yeah,
it
absolutely.
just feels like everybody's obsessed with the Masters this week,
Yeah,
right?
you know what? It's just such a calming week. It's just like you're streaming it at work as you're working. You're just it's just like you're excited about playing golf and watching golf. It's just like it's a great week.
Yeah.
Such a good week.
The thing is, we live in Florida. We didn't really mention this, I think. We said we went to Stream Song, but I'm in Miami. You're in Tampa. We get
Hmm.
to play golf year round, dude. These
I
people
know.
up north,
Yeah,
they've been in their houses all winter.
yeah,
And unless they got like a simulator in their house or somewhere to shag balls, nobody's been playing golf for months. So
we
like
have friends. Yeah, I know. We have friends
you're just
that live through us. They call
they're
they call
yeah,
they call yeah they call me and they tell me all about your weekend. Like tell me where you played, what did you shoot, how did you play. They want to know all the details because they're like
yeah.
living through you.
Oh God,
Because they
living
can't
vicariously.
play.
Yeah. So
So
yeah, they're all just itching, ready to go. And so I feel like they're bursting at the seams and just like dying for some golf. And like their golf courses are finally opening now. So
hmm
they're getting all pumped and they're all ready. I mean,
yeah,
that's our audience, dude.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
We gotta get this obsessed, podcast going, merch, all that stuff, right?
yep, absolutely.
All right. Love it, dude.
All right, man.
We'll put a bow in this one, and I guess we'll meet up next week and see who won the Masters.
Yeah,
All
we look
right.
forward to it.
All right.
Okay, have a
Awesome,
good
dude.
one. All right,
Like,
see you.
yeah.